What is up, YouTube? So, the passenger side is officially done. Got the C platform welded in. I did get this off of CJ's. I will tell you that to fit down here, there's a little bit of a gap. I am just going to put two bolts in here and here. I mean, I'm pulling up on it. It's not going anywhere. Was able to get tacks all the way in through here, on this side, and then I put some stitch welding in as well, just because, like I said, I would have had to really cut it and remodify it myself. I tried bending it down a little bit, and it is right in line where my other seat platform was. Good news is I did bring the old, we are putting new seats in here, but I did bring the old seat in here, bolted it in, everything lined up, so that was good. The only other thing we did was seam seal some of it, just because putting the C platform in. So we did seam seal some of it, and we poured 15 everything. So the C platform is in. Passenger side's pretty much done now until we get the carpet in, and we got one more floor pan to do and C platform to do, and then we can start putting in the headliner and the carpet. Now, what else we did is, as you can see, that's my old sway bar we just took out. That is a 3/4. That might be 1 inch. 1 inch. This guy that you see here is 1 1/8 inches from Total Control Products. Comes with all the hardware you need for your sway bar end links. As you can see, mine were shot, and those were recently replaced. And then you come with your sway bar bushings, so you can see the big size difference between the two. So that'll help. Like I said, I also got a rear one. That's obviously coming in probably a few weeks when we drop the rear end of the car. And then here's one spring. I'll show you the other spring on the car. This is QA1 single adjustable shock. They do sell adjustable shocks with two here. It'll tell you in the instructions, like if you want it for pro touring racing, it's 8 to 12 clicks. If you want it for street and a little bit of handling, it gets 4 to 8 clicks. So that's how you set this, and then that's your coil over. This kit also comes with most of your mounting hardware. I will tell you what it does not come with is your for your strut tower brace here, the 3. So make sure when you're doing it, you save your 3. It does come with a bolt that goes through the shock absorber, and then its own bracket here. My light's pretty much dying, but there it is. Up in there, you will need to reuse your rubber shock. I can't think of the name. Basically, dampener, rubber shock dampener. And the kit does provide your 2 bolts on there and run there for the upper control arm. Now, here are your adjustment. You do need to get a spanner wrench for it, obviously. That is your locking nut. And then that's your where your shock sits on. And when in the instructions, shoulders are up. So there's a little bit of an indent on this guy. That needs to be facing up, and then obviously the shoulder itself needs to be facing up so this section of the shock can sit on. It does come with torque specs when you're installing it. I counted how many threads I have up, so when I do the other side, 1, 2, 3, and it's right on the 4th thread. So when I do the other side, I'll set it for the same. We'll lower the car when it's all road ready and see if we like the ride height. When you are installing this, I put it up in, I just stuck 1 bolt in, and then I took my floor jack, put it underneath the lower control arm, jacked it up until I could get that top bolt lined up. Once I got that lined up, I came back down here, let the jack back down, did that. The other thing, it also tells you in the instructions and on the shock itself, it'll say coat with never seize. So I did coat all the threads with Permatex Never Seize. So the other thing we did is we coated the whole entire inner wheel well and fender and all that with Pour 15 and all the way back into the cowl and part of the firewall, because this section was really not rusted at all in the car, and we wanted to do a good job at making sure it stayed that way. So that is essentially how you install that. And then all you will need to do later is this goes underneath your coil with your bump stop. And this is one of your splash guards that goes back in as well. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So I'll do another video when I'm done doing the front sway bar installation, and I got to install the other subframe connector. So I mean, we're moving along pretty well. Sometimes you just gotta be patient. Not everything's gonna fit. I had in my head I was gonna get a lot more done today. C-platform, helped me up. I did have to do a little bit of cutting and bending and measuring and massaging, but like I said, even if you do it, you can't. So I would have had to drill out these spot welds. There's a center brace that goes in here, and I would have had to take it out and trim it down and re-weld it. To me, that is quite a lot of work. If I just put one small bolt here and one small bolt here, I mean, you'll never know the difference. It's not a SEMA car, so you kind of live with what you got, and you live and you learn. I should have probably reused the old ones because they weren't in terrible shape, but sometimes the aftermarket does not fit very well. So, but all in all, this was the worst thing I've come across. Like I said, I got everything from CJ's. The one floor pan I had to get through classic restoration because CJ's lost my driver's side floor pan. But everything else that I got from CJ's, both rear floor pans, the front one, the subframe connectors, I mean, the suspension I just showed you, the rear sway bar, front sway bar, everything I got from CJ's, and so far it hasn't been an issue. I mean, I redid all the weather stripping. I got that from CJ's. So this was the only thing so far that I was pretty disappointed with. So I mean, it's part of the game. So I'm sure there's other people that would have probably drilled this out, redid it and everything like that. Really not doing all that. To me, it's not that serious. I mean, I pulled on it. I'm a pretty big guy. With everything I got, it's not going anywhere. So I'll put 2 bolts in there for peace of mind, so my amazing co-pilot over there doesn't go flying through the windshield. She was the one that coded all this in Pour 15, by the way. So that's where we're at. We made some decent progress. I'll give you an update video tomorrow, if not next week. I'll probably do a review on the titanium welder since I've been doing it, using it a lot. I am very pleased with that as well. So thank you. Till next time.